I was so dumb, but I hopped on a plane, almost drove right back to the 541. Shitty U-turn on the freeway, you turn me from a fiend to a way to you fun. I can wait in the sun for a little, but it's been real gray, and tonight it's a nice C1. I can wait in the cold for a while if the reason's
have your dog in the room with you right now.
No, I threw that bitch.
That's terrible. That's terrible. Terrible behavior. Because we need more dogs on the pod, is all I'm saying. I mean, I got that dog in me, but we need more dogs on the pod. That's all I'm saying.
Definitely.
Hell yeah, good for you.
Get it where you can, man. You know what I'm saying? You know
Absolutely.
What I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got you.
You got me. I go to therapy. Not afraid to say that. You should all go to therapy. It's very helpful. Blah blah blah. Talk out your problems with a trained professional. I am very close to getting or asking for a waiver thing that will allow me to get a mental health support dog. 'Cause every place I have lived in the last decade plus has not allowed any animals, no cats, no dogs, nothing. And I'm a fucking dog guy. I need to have a dog in my life. So I even talked to my mom about it. My mom's a therapist herself, and she's like, dude, I could just write you the letter. Just whatever you need, man.
Those scripts get written as much as legal weed used to get written. Just you get headaches? Here you go.
Yeah.
Medical weed.
Or doctors used to prescribe Xanax about 10, 15 years ago. Am I right? That was a different issue.
Or doctors used to prescribe opioids.
Or oxys, yeah.
You ever gone to therapy, Ski?
Or I'm not.
You?
No. Okay, we all have our issues.
Yeah.
Are we on? Are we
Yeah, we're on. Yeah.
Okay, so if I went to a therapist and man, what are your biggest issues?
Right.
And it wouldn't be my dad died when I was young and I hate my mom. It literally would be fuck.
The Ducks.
Oregon just no natty. No natty.
No. It's a serious one. I'm not even joking.
No, okay.
I didn't go to fucking law school. That was my dream. I didn't go to. I'm too old now. I'm gonna go to law school now and become a partner at 55. Let's be fucking real. Be real.
Vinny.
But what would they say? What would a therapist be like? Well, shit. Yeah. You shouldn't spend $110,000 in your 40s to go to law school, to grind, to maybe become partner when you don't have the energy at 50 at that point. You want to know what? I'm not even charging you for this one.
Right.
You got me.
Two teenagers as well.
Yeah.
It's that's a good time to go wildly into debt.
Lawyer in the chat says you'd be surprised, King. So, I mean, it's never too late to take past that bar, and do your thing, man. If you want to, I think what they would probably ask you is how much does it actually mean to you, and how much is this affecting your life in a negative way? Does this make you depressed? Does this affect how you're acting around your family? That kind of stuff. And then you just talk it out. It sounds like you did just talk it out, and you're yeah, that's crazy. I would never do that. But if it's your dream,
just casually add another $110,000 of student loans. It's crazy. It's
no,
insane.
you would make that as soon as you're a lawyer, dog. You'd be making that every 2 months. You'd be good.
I just know way too many people that graduated law school that never practice law.
Yeah.
They're making good money doing whatever. They just don't practice law.
Well, I know you. If you were to do that, you would be a kick-ass lawyer. You can make some arguments. So.
I don't want to defend scumbags. So.
I was gonna say I feel like you'd be a better call a Saul Goodman.
100%.
For sure.
Saul Good, man.
Please.
Yep.
Saul Good, man.
Yep. Yeah, dude.
Can I? Yeah. What island can I get a lot of? Grief, right?
There you go. Now, see, you got to think outside the box. Guam. You go to Guam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Fender. Let us know what is the best offshore opportunity King could have for doing a lawyering. Man, we're so chunky right now.
Right.
Are you seeing it too? Like
this ain't a wee problem, brother.
It was brief, but yes.
Yeah, okay. No, you're chunky for me too, so it whatever. It's probably a me problem.
You're good.
Like with everything else, it's all my fault. What am I in fucking therapy again? Jesus Christ.
Tell me why you think it's your fault.
It all stems from my childhood, you know. You know what? Real talk. I learned this very recently. The first 2 to 3 years of your life greatly affect how you interact with other people as an adult, like your relationship styles, like, you know, how anxious you are, like anxious avoidance stuff, all of that shit. It's all shaped before you can even fucking remember anything, which is insane, right? Like, but it is what it is. So remember that. Think right now. You got 2 kids, so think right now. What kind of parent were you the first 2 to 3 years of your kid's life? Because it's gonna come back.
Like his last 12, I've been generally an absentee parent.
Absentee, yeah, there you go. So they will be chasing their whole life that your affection or somebody else's affection.
Actually, you want to know what? I wasn't going to break down this wall, but I'm going to. So,
I love this.
So I've mentioned last, I don't know, 6 weeks, 6 months, since my kid has been in high school, and taking these like 3-hour trips, for all football, basketball, baseball, all this stuff, right? And I think I mentioned that, shit ton of vodka and got caught because you can't hide that smell, right? And then I mentioned, I think a few weeks ago, that some kids on the bus were hitting a cannabis vape pen, right? And when that happened, I told my oldest, who's 15, freshman, buddy, that is the dumbest shit you could do. Yeah. They have cameras on those school buses because of insurance reasons and all this stuff, right? That's dumb. Okay. And so then last Friday, they had a game, they had a doubleheader. I think it was in Medford. And my oldest, he pitched the first game and whatever, and they do the thing where they pitch him the whole game, just whatever. And then he doesn't generally play in the second game of doubleheaders, except for maybe a pinch hit. I'm like, oh shit, he's playing third base. He never plays third base. That's weird, right? Don't think anything of it. Don't think anything of it. Whatever. It's their last game of the year. They come back. So I ask him, like, man, why are you playing third? I pick him up at like midnight on a Friday night. I go, oh, why are you playing third base? And he's like, I don't know, man. Like, I just was. Okay, cool. Don't think anything of it. The next night, he asked if he can have 3 kids spend the night. Okay, I know one of them. Cool kid, cool parents, whatever. The other 2, one of them I know. The other one I've seen, whatever. But they play baseball.
Yeah,
okay?
you're going to be there.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Right? And so I don't know if I have not mentioned this on here, but this is a backtracking thing that will connect the dots. A few weeks ago, in our garage fridge, my kid opens the door and is like, there's ants like in the freezer. This is weird. Whatever. So open it up. Okay, that's weird.
Freezer.
Yeah, in the freezer. And like they weren't really in the freezer. They were like on the plastic
seal. Yeah, I'm sure.
In the seal, right?
Yeah.
And so I was coming, I left. I was coming home from lunch from work, and my wife comes out and she cleans it up. And it was just, there was like a couple rotten potatoes that I had thrown up there like a dipshit and forgot it. I should have just thrown them away, right? But so she cleans it all off and she cleans it up. She goes, Jeremy, you have had this jar of weed for like 2 years. And I go, I know. She goes, there's no way it's good. And I go, yeah, I know. It's brown, right? It's gross. Like, yeah, I got it. Just put it back up there.
Science experiment.
Put it back up there. She's like, okay, don't think in the oven.
Trap. The trap if I've ever seen one.
It's a trap
trap if I've ever fucking seen one.
Right? So
yeah, I know what I'm doing. Maybe I know what I'm doing.
Backtrack to this weekend. My oldest has 3 kids. Spend the night. I go to bed at like 12:30. I'm old, man. I Friday night at 12, Saturday night at 12:30. I'm tuckered out. Wake up the next morning. Take my young. I guarantee this will all tie together, but I have to take the long route.
Oh, we're along for the ride, bud.
Wake up the next morning. My youngest likes to go fishing. I take him to go fishing, right? We go, come back, whatever. The 3 kids are all gone. Whatever, that's fucking normal. About an hour later, so it's like noon or something. I'm like, man, the wife is really being like mopey and depressive. Like, what the fuck? And my oldest is being like extra helpful. I'll do the dishes. I got it. Whatever. Okay. It goes on for like another like 90 minutes. I'm like, okay, this is weird. This is weird. But I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. So I go to the store. I got to go to the store to grab some whatever I have to grab. And I walk out my front door, and my oldest kid's bedroom is, ground level, 2 big ass windows. And we had just like 2 months ago ripped out these rose bushes because they scraped on the window and it kept them up at night. Right. And the wife planted banana trees and wildflowers right underneath there. And I walk out and I go, huh, either a deer like just decided to sleep in this bed of whatever, or fuck, I think those kids snuck out. So I go in, I tell Erica, hey, come here. And then I see the light bulb go on for her, but I'm a man, so I'm dumb as shit.
Takes a while longer.
Yeah, come here. So we walk out front, and she looks at me and goes, yeah, you see that? I'm like, yeah, fucking Bambi, right? Am I right? Like,
deers.
Bambi?
Look at deers.
Yeah? Look over there. And so I look at the cement. I'm like, those look like muddy shoe marks. She goes, oh yeah? Is that what you see? I'm like, well, yeah. Just look at the frame of the window, and there is mud on the frame of the window, which is white. Those motherfuckers snuck out at like 2 a.m. Listen, as parents, hey, I'll own the flub. And it was a trap. They not only snuck out of our house and were sloppy about it because they traipsed all this mud and trampled flowers. They fucking took literally my COVID weed that I have not opened that jar in 2 years. I think I have not opened that jar in 2 years. It is a dead ass jar. They fucking went to the park like down the street and tried to smoke weed in a bubbler that I have. And I joke, I talk about weed and whatever. This bubbler was empty. That it had been like 3 weeks since I had used it. It's the only piece I have. And so they went to the park with this dry ass bubbler and fucking smoked 2.5-year-old weed. And I know we all experiment with drugs and sex and music and whatever, risky movies.
Sometimes all at the same time.
But my thing is I was so pissed when I found out, because I was like,
be better.
This is at my house.
Be better.
I literally told him, I was like, dude, it was like 2 a.m. at that point. Because, now the wife is looking through, the Ring cam and all this stuff. I was like, you could have gone in the garage. We would have never known. You could have gone on the side yard. We would have never known.
Yeah.
You left our... And now, and here was the conundrum. Because of the 3 kids, one of the kids, it was like, okay, we are friends enough with these kids. We got to tell them, fuck. Not only did they sneak out of our house and smoke weed, but like it was my weed.
It was your weed.
It's not like
your weed and your piece too. Yeah.
And I can't even explain that it's a trap. Because like I would never touch that weed. Like I wouldn't have touched it a year ago.
Probably barely getting high off that shit.
They said they didn't get high. They said it was terrible.
I'm surprised they didn't have to go to the fucking hospital. Like smoking this, it's got like mold. It's got like mold on it and shit. Like
no, because it's so hot in the garage. There's no mold to be possible.
I was like, Jesus.
But I was so embarrassed. Like fuck, man. Like I know when I got caught smoking weed for my parents for the first time, I was younger than him. Like I was in like middle school, and I got it from a friend. It was this little thing, and I. Definitely embarrassed. Yeah. The parents were fine.
No, because
like the other two, I
was gonna ask because you got to sort of eat that too.
I had to eat it.
Yeah,
I was like the one set of parents was they knew that was a trap that I was setting. Like they knew. I'm not saying they agree with it. But they knew. Yeah. They've known for like over a year. I'm like, that shit will turn into dust. I just want to see, And the other one never replied. The other one was a little was judgy, which is actually fine. Like they can be. Yeah. But I was like, well, fuck. That sucks for me.
It sucks for you, but also like you. It's like you're disappointed in your son because he did it, but also the way he did it. It's like
so
like you made like you fucked up the lawn. You fucked up the window. You got mud everywhere. And you left the house with your friends who we are supposed to be protecting.
And here's the thing that pissed me off the most. Is because I kind of live at the end of a cul-de-sac. We go out because there's a bike trail.
Honestly, like the weed is like cool. Like yeah.
But there's a school right
Don't
there.
Do it.
Like right there.
Yeah.
And they were like, well. Mom told me that if we ever did something stupid over there, they have cameras there. So we didn't go there, and they had to walk to like a empty fucking field like a mile away.
Motherfucker, we got cameras.
Yeah, it's like, oh my fucking God. So
I feel bad for you guys as parents because it's I remember what we did. I mean, I'd go smoke on my off period. Every day, my buddies would go drink beers at lunchtime at his house. Yeah. It's like I don't know how it's hard to be upset knowing the shit that we would have done ourselves in high school. So it's like
absolutely
you need to lay the law, but it's like I get it.
Yeah, like because they're all gonna 99% of kids are going to experiment with that stuff before they leave the home at whatever age that is. I got it. Yeah. But it was just the fact that it was at my house. Like if that whole story had happened at, Tim Anderson's home, not my, I would have been like, those rascals. I was like, fuck. Yeah. My house. Yeah. I don't live in a trap house. Like Like a 10 milligram edible destroys me. Yeah. What the fuck? Do they think we have like heroin and shit here too now?
Did you tell them it was a trap? Like the other parents?
I did, and like I said, the one absolutely knew beforehand it was. The other was they were fine. The other parent never responded. So
yeah.
It is what it is.
That kid might not be coming over again.
I just felt bad because like fuck, my house.
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's
so we got WCP
parenting.
who is like our certified weed nerd in the chat says
Guy loves weed.
If the nugs aren't exposed to light and kept in a sealed container, it'll be fine to smoke after 2 years in storage. It'll actually develop CBN, which is good for using as a sleep aid. So there you go.
Okay.
Nerd.
Nerd alert.
Let's see. Said he was smoking weed with his dad when he was 13 or 14. Yeah, that checks out. That checks out. Interactions we've had, that checks out.
Like,
Uh-oh.
I just want to say, this is the jar of weed.
Right. It's a lot of weed, my guy.
Yeah, well, I was growing weed during COVID. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
It's allegedly weed. That's allegedly weed.
Allegedly weed that you were allegedly growing during COVID, because as we know, that is illegal to do over a certain amount. So
it doesn't smell terrible. I gotta be honest.
I think you could actually grow a lot.
Well, there you go.
I think it's like, was it like 4 plants, something like that?
Yeah.
And what was funny is if I had not even known what happened, I would have known what happened, because this jar, like I said, it was a trap. So Mount Olive always faced me.
Yep.
And was fully flush, and it wasn't, and it was like
it was
cattywampus.
It was a skew. Yeah.
And the bubbler, because I'm right-handed, I always put it up to where the stem is right. And because my dumb shit kid is like a half lefty, quasi lefty, the stem was on the left side, and I was like, I would have known that either way.
This dude putting like tape on the door, like, but with weed.
But I didn't tell. I mean, like, look at this shit. Like, oh, this looks terrible.
Sure. Sure.
But yeah, so I'm a trap house now. Basically, that's what I'm saying.
So
I thought your cul-de-sac already was a trap house, more or less.
I was gonna say,
well, yeah.
I was gonna say your neighborhood be damned, right? Like,
weed is like this, yeah.
I let my kid drink some rosé once, like a sip of rosé, just to like taste it, and he fucking hated it. He was like, "This is fucking disgusting," and I'm like, "Good."
Yeah, rosé's fucking gross.
Well, perfect. I'm like, perfect. That is the natural reaction you're supposed to have when you're 13 years old. You know what I mean? Like, your body is not supposed to like it, and that is a good thing. So let's keep with that.
Grade this garbage, WCP3.
Yeah.
541, whatever your nickname is. It's 2 years old. Could this get you high? There's no fucking way. All right, I'll put that away before Discord.
Yeah. Twitch. Yeah. we have violated Twitch policy. If anybody were actually watching, we would probably get in trouble. Let's see. What else from the chat? CTE Benoit says stay off the weed. Okay. And that's a Costco-sized jar of oregano from Booble. WCP says he can turn it into cooking oil for you.
He can have it.
He says yes, it will get you high, he says.
My real question is, are you guys really going through that many fucking pickles that you need that giant jug?
It's a lot of pickles, dude.
Is your household just kill pickles?
I mean, apparently, I don't know where I got this from, but I
think that's a lie.
No, I will be honest. Yeah. No, because I would never get Mount Olive. I'm a Steinfeld pickle buyer.
You're not a Vlasic guy?
Fuck no. Steinfeld. 100%.
That jar looks like a grocery outlet trip, if I've ever seen one.
It probably was. It probably was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you got that for like $4.99.
Probably so.
Yep. I know what that's about. Okay, podcast. Welcome to it.
Sports.
Sports and stuff. Alex King Ski. Join our Discord at Sports Brewery in the Discord. That's where you can give us list ideas, which we're going to do later, and movie suggestions. All right, what you got? What?
To tie it back around to what I was saying, the reason my kid was playing third base is because 5 kids, like 3 days before when they went to wherever the fuck they went, Ashland, Bend, wherever, got caught on the bus camera passing around the Benjamin.
Yep.
Yeah. took one hit. That was the official school release. One hit.
Hope it was worth it. Hope it was worth it. Yep. Lesson learned.
I don't remember doing drugs on these trips.
Same, by the way.
It was like, let's get home so we can do drugs.
Well, that was
why would
like
you?
I said,
why would you want to do drugs around adults? Like, that's my question. Like
well,
why?
I think the bus trips are so long now, with the 3 hours that they're on going down to Southern Oregon, that they figure they can just do it.
Yeah, and maybe they do so
minutes.
many of them too, where it's just like, God, we're just like, ugh, and they
just insane.
They get comfortable.
You think you would just go a little edible then, right? That would be the easiest thing to do on a bus.
Super easy.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't like these kids are idiots, man.
Well, they are teenagers. They are very dumb people.
Yes. They are dumb human beings. Yeah.
Freshmen and sophomores are idiots.
I think you need to have a pep talk and be like, look, smarten up, kid. Get over here. you need to hook him up with WCP, let him sort of like give him a schedule, and they'll be fine.
Well, since it was his first like real thing he got in trouble for. So it wasn't like I was going to Adrian Peterson him or anything, but he has like month-long things he's not going to enjoy, right? But yeah, it's hard, It's just it's hard.
That's the same. That's the same punishments I used to get.
One of his punishments was he now has to go to Harvard Law School because I never went to any law school. So he has to help me now because he got caught smoking weed at 15.
All right, motherfucker. Now I get to live vicariously through you. So hope you're ready for that shit.
Corpus.
Uh-huh.
What you gonna do about it?
I ain't paying for it either. You're gonna have to get those loans, buddy.
Good ass grades, man.
Get those loans, buddy.
Good news for him. It sounds like there's going to be a lot of openings for Harvard Law School. So
absolutely no more minorities.
Yep, perfect timing for him.
Those brownies are going to be gone.
Oh boy,
that's a joke.
Oh,
that's a joke,
folks.
But to be real, no one would choose a brownie over a chocolate macadamia nut cookie. I'm just saying. Not even Harvard Law School.
It's crazy. Especially at Harvard Law School.
Mm-hmm. White power. Again, joke for people just listening.
Just keep your hands down at your waist. I think we'll be good.
I'll go there.
No, don't do that. Nope, don't do that.
Bird watching.
God, my guy, you have violated so many fucking Twitch policies so far.
I don't know what Twitch is, man.
My guy, we're gonna get banned. Ban hammer. We got any more of those shirts?
It'd be good for us.
Yeah.
Oh no, those ran out of stock instantly.
Ban hammers.
Those flew.
Yeah.
By the way, some of your finest MS Paint art, I will say. The fact that we were able to get that on a T-shirt is phenomenal. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Let's see. Duck Duck Chef's wrestling coach would bum Chaw off him his senior year if he had left his bag under the bus. That sounds about right.
That's that 100% sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, that checks out. Let's see. Okay, so where was I? Movie on Sunday, because we do have a movie podcast every week. It is King's movie this week, and it is Beetlejuice, the second Beetlejuice movie. It is on Netflix, so watch that and listen to us talk about it on Sunday. Trying to remember, is there anything else? Yeah, I mentioned Twitch, twitch.tv/TSBpod. So go hit follow on that and join our chat. It's a good time. We got lots of people in there right now. It's a good time. Just fuck around every Thursday, whatever. Okay, sports. Should we start with NBA, duck baseball, duck softball? What do you got?
Let's start with the Kings, as we are the number one Diamond Ducks podcast online. So, wow, what a fucking series against Stanford by the Lady Ducks.
Incredible.
And we can say that again. Sorry. It just
back,
is
baby.
What it is. It's back.
Quick aside, did the Vols ever change? They were still the Lady Vols, right?
Yes,
they never changed.
They never changed.
All right. Good.
Same with Law Tech, the women of Law Tech. They're the Lady Texters. It's great. Like, I think it's a good name, the Lady whatever.
It is great.
But yeah, and like it was cinematic. It was dramatic. It was great. It was awesome.
By the way,
Oregon.
Real quick on the softball, like completely shitting the bed early on, like the errors that led to a grand slam, then a 3-run home run. In our Discord, it was doom and gloom. By the way, I said this earlier during the baseball game. It reminded me of me on Twitter in 2010. Doom and gloom. Every single play is terrible. The coaches are
First
awful.
series out the gate.
Like they lose the game. Oregon loses the game in the first quarter every single time they play. That's the way it was. And then they fucking clawed back, and then a fucking walk off. That was so much goddamn fun to watch. And again, you know what? I mentioned our Discord. Like, that is one of the cool things about our Discord. Is the fact that everybody was watching at the same time and commenting on it and going crazy at the same time. It was a fucking blast. And this softball team is like, they're super duper choppy, much like this stream right now, towards the end of the season, but like they're getting the job done. They got the horrible seed. It fucking worked out because Texas A&M somehow lost to Liberty. So now they play Liberty this weekend, and it's Oregon softball is back, baby. And it is super fun to watch. And they're a fun ass team.
They were going
to
have
too.
to travel. They were going to have to travel.
They
play
were
the 1 seed.
Yep. And now you're hosting Liberty, unranked Liberty. It's amazing. So yeah, you
brought up the catcher dropped that foul ball, right? And that led to the grand slam.
Came back and hit a bomb later. Yeah.
But what's percentage do you think? It's always been a thing in baseball, especially, that if you give a team a free out, they always seem to capitalize on it. What percentage do you actually think they capitalize on it? It's something where
20.
I said probably 20%. I was going to say like 35 or 40. Yeah.
Right. It's the same thing if someone like, they have like a 12 pitch at bat. Yeah. It's like, they always get a hit. Yeah. You have a long at bat, you're fighting.
No, they
and it's probably
they definitely don't.
It's probably 20%, 15%. Yeah. But it is that one weird thing in sports where you always say it like it all, that extra out, it always leads to runs kind of thing.
Just keep battling, Yep. And choke and poke, Yeah. Stay alive. Not your pitch. Good job. And that one doesn't equal hits very often.
By the way, Duck Chef mentioning No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say Duck Chef mentioning McCoy getting hit in the face too. So that happened very early in the game. McCoy got hit in the face, the most amount of blood ever. We still have not seen her face after she got hit in it, but she had to be helped off. Clearly a concussion happened too. And so to rally after that, and by the way, Jane Sanders was fucking on fire the entire time, and it was pretty unrelenting, even when they were down.
I don't know what you're talking about. James Crepea told me that no one was at the fucking game, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Man, Debbie Downer, right? I know it's not his job to cheer for the teams, but
your mother.
God.
Yeah, my God.
That's just how lazy you are. When you post the attendance, it just don't take 30 seconds to look up what capacity is at the stadium and realize, there's 5 less people than a sellout capacity. Yeah. My God. Is that old, or is that just lazy?
No, and for a game that wasn't scheduled until 12 hours before it started too. Come on, my guy. That is impressive. And they were fucking heated the whole time. Yeah. Yeah, no, he's dumb. He's dumb. Eeyore's a good way to put it. He does kind of look like Eeyore, too. You guys like the Ducks? They're okay, I guess.
Well, I probably mentioned it last week.
Just
during the Liberty game at Mass United Arena. He's like, ooh, good, exciting game with Sabrina coming back, but it wouldn't be a Matthew Knight Arena game without one of the scoreboards temporarily going out. Don't need that commentary, dude.
Who cares? Who cares?
Who cares? They got 12,000 plus people on a weekday at 7:30 to watch a WNBA game. I don't say that derogatorily. I'm just saying, like, they got more people there than they do for big men's basketball games. Don't care about, a banner going out. Like, that's just James.
Was the team?
That's just James.
Was the team like Toyota? Like, were they the team they were playing? They were like the Toyota Antelopes or something, right? Like, is Toyota like?
Yes.
So that's the car company, or is that like a place? I'm confused. I'm asking questions.
I just assumed it was branding. Yes. I just assumed it was branding.
Okay.
Because I just assume it because I know if you just look at like Korean baseball, like all their team names are like the Samsung blank. It's all branding. I think Japan is semi-similar in their athletics.
Okay. Yeah, I literally am just asking the questions. I'm not.
But sure. I feel like I don't know if Toyota might actually be a city, possibly.
That's what I'm asking. Can we Google it?
I think it is. Yeah. I think it's a city in Japan. I think they're based in Japan. Yeah.
All right. By the way, I had no idea. Yeah. I have a Prius. No idea. Yeah.
You should know exactly where your car came from.
I'm a big Toyota guy. You know what I mean? Fender says, "Don't be a Debbie Downer. Be a Beth Amphetamine." Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it more. We're definitely a pro uppers podcast.
Oh yeah. Podcast.
Yeah.
No downers.
Yeah. No. We uplift. Yeah. That's what we're here for. Let's see. Crepea is going to be livid if baseball gets a top 8 seed after he spent the last 2 weeks telling everyone there was a 0% chance the baseball team would host.
0% chance. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be great. Oh my God, I cannot wait to watch people bury him if they do.
Yeah. The thing is, I've come to realize he doesn't care. He does not.
No, he
care.
Doesn't. He barely even replies, which makes him infuriating. Like, he'll throw out just like the most Debbie Downer bullshit, and everyone just kill him when he's wrong. You know what? He does it the right way. Yeah. He just doesn't respond.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, nor should he. Like, it does not behoove him to respond. I understand why he doesn't, but still, it fucking pisses you off. Like,
yeah,
you're a dick.
It pisses me off.
You're
doesn't respond.
Dick. You got to answer for it, motherfucker.
Well, it's like someone running up behind you, slapping you in the back of the head, and just running away.
Yeah.
It's like, fucking stand here. You did something dumb.
You got to get it back.
You need to realize how dumb you are by hearing it from people. Yeah.
Yeah. Booble says he's one of those people who needs a chin check. It's like, maybe just once. I don't know. I'm not saying I promote that, but I'm saying
of course not.
I'm saying it might help. It might help all of us.
At least with Oregon athletics, it seems like these guys, they just get blackballed by the coaches and the teams. Yeah. That's what you do with guys like this that just don't look up shit, don't show up to shit, but write like they're there all the time. That's how they get their comeuppance.
It's frankly, it's an Oregonian thing.
Yes.
Every single columnist or writer from there.
Did I see correctly? Was it in our Discord that fucking Nick Dashel? Was he signing on with the Oregonian to cover the Ducks?
No, he's like the sports editor now, right?
He's sports editor now.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Which he does oversee now everything that goes in the sports section. So technically, I think yes, he has oversight over the Ducks coverage. So
like, kind of on that note, we can spend 2 minutes on it.
Yeah,
it's probably the most we should. So newspapers are dying. Blah 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 blah. How long? And Oregon is a state. Forgive me, Timbros and Rosettes. You know what I mean? Thornettes, I mean. There's really like 2 sports in town. It's like Oregon football, Blazers basketball, right? Like this. Let's just kind of be honest. And Beaver football was up there. How long? Because I know they have to cover it. They have to They can't alienate that slice of the pie. How long until it's noticeable from that Beaver football athletics is just kind of like not really covered? Because
dude, it really is. It really is.
Should it be?
Dude, it's 2 guys in the whole state who are keeping them afloat right now in terms of media. Like it's him and it's Canzano. Like Canzano talks about the fucking Beavers all the time. And nobody cares. Like nobody calls in to talk about them. Nobody, like, he interviews all these people with Oregon State, and it's like I feel like he's doing it as like a charity thing. Like
which is fine.
Well, no, but I feel like almost with his ego, I think he knows he's keeping them afloat right now, and I think he probably takes pride in it. Like he's like, yeah, I'm the one who's gonna save Oregon State, right? Like Oregon State's in a horrible spot right now. I'm the one who's gonna keep them relevant for as long as I can. Which, like, I guess it's okay. Like I don't think any of us really want to see Oregon State die per se.
No.
But like, it is weird. It is weird.
It deserves to be talked about, but it definitely is not going to be anywhere close to an even split like it was before.
Yeah, like if you're in sports entertainment and your job is to cater to your listeners and your listeners don't give a shit, then why are you talking about it? You know what I mean? Like I know there are things where it's like, okay, I'm going to have Portland State's coach on because nobody else is going to do that, and we're going to help them out. It's totally cool. But like, don't like think that people care about what Scott Barnes has to say, because they don't. Like they really, really don't. Unless there's a big story, right? Unless we're talking about like the Mountain West lawsuit or something. You know what I mean? Like unless it's
you could talk to him before, like you could talk to him before the season starts, and then if
that's it.
They have a great season going or something like that, you check in later.
That's it. You have the head coach on before the season starts.
Yeah.
And then after a big game or something, right? Like that's it. It's news. If there's news happening, then you have the people on and you talk about the news. But there's no news. Like nobody cares. Like why are you talking to these people? Why are you talking? And it's not even interviewing. Like interviews are interesting usually, but like it's just you talking about them for no reason. It's like super forced. I do listen to Canzano because I pick up my kid from school and he is the one on, and so I listen to him, and it's a lot of that, dude. It's a lot of it.
You're part of the fucking problem, man.
I guess.
Are part of the problem.
I guess.
But you're also going to add in, what was that, in 2 years when the Portland gets the WNBA team? Isn't that kind of their timeline?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to lose even more coverage. Because all of a sudden, at least during the season the more important things to talk about with the actual professional sports in Oregon.
Yes, correct.
So
that is the thing too, is there are professional sports in Oregon as well. And if you're going to talk about college, it's probably one program that should be talked about because one program is relevant right now. So I don't know. I feel shitty saying that, but it.
We didn't do it. You didn't do it.
It
is what it is.
Yeah, totally.
And we said when this deal went through, we said Oregon State, this killed them. They were dead. Them and Washington State are dead to the national and really to the regional. I mean, I guess Washington State probably gets talked about still in Washington more because, I mean,
they won more, I guess, but yeah.
Seahawks and Storm, but yeah, they're more storied.
Oh, you're talking about Washington State as in Washington the state. Yeah.
Washington the state.
Well, Seahawks and like Mariners and yeah, yes.
But I still think they get some run.
Yeah.
I think also Seattle has like 3 sports talk radio stations, and so inevitably a few of these people are Cougs because everyone. No, I mean no one lives in Pullman. Go back to Seattle. So yeah, naturally, and it sucks. But like when I hear Canzano try and force feed stuff, like I really got a really good feeling. Texas State and Tulane. It's like, come on, man. Don't sell me on that. Like if they come to the Pac-12, good for them. don't try and tell me that's
no. Don't tell me that's a big deal. It's not. It's not.
It's not.
No,
and,
it's embarrassing.
It's only going to get worse.
Yes.
It's only going to get worse. Okay, transition. The new college football playoff thing, which is only for a year.
Yeah.
It's just for 1 year. Or now they're just going to straight up seed people, right?
Yeah.
And, going forward next year, power or a group of 5, group of 6, I don't even know how that works anymore. Those programs are going to be kicked to the curb even more.
Yep.
But what do you think about just a year of them just straight seeding it? 1 to 12.
It's in her fucking reply to how last season went. Like, it was embarrassing. Every single one of the teams that had byes got their asses handed to them. Like, and they seeded horribly. So even if they had one, they're still playing these really fucking hard teams, like Oregon did, for instance. Like, I mean, it clearly didn't work. And by the way, like, anybody who saw it going into it could have told you it wouldn't work and told you it was a fucking horrible idea. And so I guess yay, like fix it, but Oregon got fucking hosed last year because of it.
That's fucking hosed.
Yes, like
it's God. Like, for me, it's a weird thing because
who's running this clown car? You know what I mean? Like, shit.
Because there's a lot of people out there that are like, this is bad for college football. It sucks. And my thing is, well, there are more interesting games now than there were, and there will be more interesting games going forward. But at the same time, like, I have this weird conundrum where I'm like, man, I think this new system, because then it's going to go to 16 like next year, right? Like, we all kind of know how it's going to go. 4 Big Ten, 4 SEC, group of 5, 1 Big 12, 1 ACC, and then we fill in the rest with Big Ten and SEC and Notre Dame. It's like, I'm like, man, like, I get it. It feels like it's more inclusive. And I guess it is. It technically is. Because we've never seen Indiana be a factor before, right? Like, we've never, even in Chris Peterson's years, we've never seen Boise State technically be a national championship factor. They weren't, and they got extinguished very quickly. They weren't. But the thing about it now is, especially when it goes to 16, is I feel like they are giving, there's maybe 5 teams, 3 at any given time of, a 10-year block that are just way better than anyone, right? Like Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, I don't LSU. There are some teams that when they're there, they're just better, right? But even when they're like a 3-loss team, they can pull their shit together and just rampage people, right? And I feel like what we're doing is we're bringing more teams in, which is great, right? Okay, we got it. But there's, like, last year, it didn't happen. We didn't let Alabama in as a 9-3 team. We shouldn't have. They lost to 2 6-6 teams or whatever. They shouldn't have been in. But if Alabama had gotten in and just beaten, I don't know, Boise State, whatever, like, that fucking sucks for Boise State. Yeah. Because you are that is a comet in the sky year for Boise State or Arizona State or whatever. And you're just going to give a team that lost 3 regular season games. And I get it. Of course the SEC is better than the Big 12, let alone the Mountain West. No kidding. But I think we're going to, like, almost give them like the like the werewolf thing where they come back to life. Like, we're going to give some of these programs, you lost 3 games? Cool. Well, now you're healthy. And you want to know what? You're just going to squash one team. I'm not saying 9-3 Alabama last year was going to win the title. They were beating someone that they did not deserve to play, if that makes sense. Like, 9-3 Alabama, get out of my life. I don't even think 10-2 Ohio State should. In any other year, 10-2 Ohio State is not playing for a national title. And that's sour grapes. I sound like a loser. Got it. Shove it right in my face. I'm a loser. because Oregon got their dicks kicked in. Got it. But I feel like you're just giving these teams like a chance to pull out the silver bullet and be like, you want to know what? We figured it out. Yeah. And now they're just. I don't think we're gonna get more teams winning the title than we did before. I think in a weird way, Oregon is further away from winning a title in this system and the next system than they were when it was 2 or 4, because it's so much easier. Yeah. Like, granted, we've seen them lose in the national title game in both of those systems, right? So maybe Oregon can't win a national title if you're a hater and that's what you want to say. But it's way easier to win it when there's 2 or 4.
You only have to play one game, yeah.
Right, and you can win it with a wacky offense or or win 2 games with a transcendent Heisman-winning quarterback. As good as Oregon recruits, I still feel like there's a difference. If you take a 5-year average and Oregon's number 6 and Alabama's 2 and Ohio State's 1, I still feel like there's a big gap there.
Oh, yeah.
Am I wrong? Like, am I an idiot? Like,
no, there's a big gap, and then there's a big gap from like all those like the Ducks and other teams that may be up to like 12, and then there's another big gap after that.
Big gap.
There's tiers to this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the problem what the NCAA saw with the 4 team is they saw TCU make the championship that one year. That team had no business making the championship, and with this current system, that team is never making a run to the championship game again.
No, they have to win several games against teams that are better than them, which is not going to happen.
Because that TCU team was 12-0. They lost in the Big 12 championship game, right?
Yep.
To Kansas State. Okay, fine. If you want to put them into a 14 playoff, okay. They were underdogs against Michigan, and was it McCarthy or was it who was that? Cade McNamara. Was it Cade McNamara?
Cade McNamara, yeah.
Was just throwing pick sixes all across the yard. And all of a sudden, Michigan, who was not built to come back, was just done. You can do that once, and that's sick. That's awesome. That's great. TCU cannot do that 3 or 4 times. No. Again, I don't even know if Oregon can do that 3 or 4 times. And Oregon's a have. If I went to realdog.com or the peristyle.com for SC, they would tell me Oregon's not a have. Oregon's a fucking have. Yeah. And I'm not convinced Oregon, unless they are just, it's the best team they've ever had, can win 3 or 4 games. Because you could win 2, and then that 3-loss Ohio State team or Alabama or Georgia, and maybe they lost a game or 2 because their quarterback was out. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're excusable losses, but they're losses that in any other system, they don't get to participate. And now, 9 weeks later, full strength, they're just going to beat Oregon more than they want. Yeah. It is what it is, and I'm not against the system per se.
It will produce the best winners than the old system.
100%. Absolutely.
Least, yeah.
But there's a very big argument that that's not what college football has ever been built on.
Well, college football is a scam. Look at we look at Washington with all their national championships. It's for the fans to try to make shit up. That's what the old college. Now this is real. This is. You could see it. There's an actual game that equals the champion, and you have to beat.
It's not about the narrative. It's not about the narrative anymore. You actually have to go do it, and it's essentially impossible. It's essentially like a miracle to be able to go through the playoff and win a national title at this point.
If the Ducks ever do win, it will be that much sweeter then, because you would have to earn this shit now.
Yeah,
is the thing. But you are 100% correct where, it's going to take them. Yeah. We thought it was their last season. Yeah. We thought it was the miracle season last season.
Yeah.
That was their chance. Yeah. And they got, of course, they get fucked, and then they instantly change the rules. Would it won? Maybe not. Probably not. But
Ohio State was a wagon. But you want to know what? Lose to that wagon. Even in the second round, let alone the semis or the finals. Like, the fact that it was just, hey, here's a month off, and here's this wagon. get fucked. And, Dan Lanning and Tosh Lupoi and Wheelstein, they all got to eat that and take their medicine. But I know I've mentioned this before. It's just weird. I haven't felt like that sucked so much air out of the entire year. Yeah. And the year before when they played fucking Liberty after losing to Washington, like there has really just not been like bowl week, playoff week, BCS week, like a CFP. It's been a while since it's been exciting. It really was. And this feels like a quaint fucking time. It feels so fucking quaint.
I think that's going to be the norm.
And beating Utah in 2019 and then beating Wisconsin in the 2020 Rose Bowl, like that was our last dalliance in innocence. Because if Oregon didn't lose to ASU, they make the playoff. LSU fucking kills them. They get destroyed. We get the T-shirts, whatever. But we understood, 4 teams make it. Maybe Oregon can be number 5 in the final polls because they just won the Rose Bowl. That was neat. Doesn't exist now. It just doesn't exist. And we'll all get used to it. We all will. Yeah. We may not like it. But we'll get used to it. But I'm not used to it yet. I'm not used to it.
And there will not really be that satisfaction at the end of the season. Because let's say the Ducks make the playoffs. Yeah. Let's say they win a round.
No, they win a Rose Bowl, but then they lose the Fiesta Bowl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they won the fucking Rose Bowl. How many Rose Bowls has Oregon ever won? They won a Rose Bowl. That's incredible. And they lost the next game, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Exactly.
It's
the
there isn't going to be that feel good season anymore that you were bringing up. That's not a thing anymore.
And before we should probably move on from that, but that 2019-2020 Oregon season didn't feel great because we didn't like the Mario offense. That Auburn loss was fucking atrocious. Yeah. That ASU loss, okay, those kind of happen. Even though they were way better than ASU, they kind of happen in college football. But it was still you want to know what? We upset Utah in Santa Clara, beat Wisconsin in the Rose Bowl. Cool. And then COVID happened. And
fuck that. Herbert. Fuck that felt good though. Like Herbert's running touchdowns, him smiling as he's running into the end zone. Oh my God, the feel that after that season, you feel great. Everything is so perfect. A fucking Rose Bowl. No matter how much we hated Mario and his offense, they won a Rose Bowl with a kid from fucking Eugene as their quarterback. Are you kidding me? Doesn't get better than that.
Well, plus it
actually might not get better than that.
That's
ever again. Yeah.
And that kept you through till next year. That gave you more hope for next year.
Through COVID. Through COVID.
We did it. Yeah, we didn't make the playoffs, but guess what? We won that Rose Bowl. Next year, we're in the playoffs now, right? Now it's like you said, you win the Rose Bowl, you lose the next round. It's like, oh shit, the Ducks aren't there. They're still so far away from winning.
We got 10 miles to go. And maybe that's not true, but that's what it fucking is going to feel like and did feel like.
Yeah. Winning the Rose Bowl looked like, oh, we just got to cross that little hill right there and we're home. Now it's, oh, you cross that little mound and like, oh shit, there's a desert still in front of you. That's the team that absolutely took Oregon to the woodshed. They beat them. Oregon beat that team. Yeah. That was awesome. But again, you gave them a third life. Yeah. You gave them a third life. They got their shit together. They beat the shit out of Tennessee. They beat the shit out of Oregon. The Texas Sark, why are you pitching laterally at the goal line? But they beat the shit out of Notre Dame. Sorry, Fender. It was close at the end. They just gave. There are those programs. Don't give them extra lives. Yeah.
2 losses should be a silver bullet.
Could the Ducks are they at that level to be that program? If they sneak their way in and then they can make a run from there. I
just think there's that gap between the recruiting that it's just because Notre Dame is like a top 10 recruiting team, right? They are. and you can look at them and be like, I see where they're strong. They are strong on the lines. And Jeremiah Love is really good at running back. But they're slow out wide, and they don't have a quarterback who scares you running or throwing. And they are like the 8th best recruiting team in the nation. Like, there's just a gap. It's literally it's 1, 2, 3, and then everybody else.
Yeah.
And like I said,
and guess what, dude? Oregon's 4 or 5.
Yeah,
they're right outside.
and like this year when they were 13-0, there were so many people like, they're just fine. And that's hater stuff for sure. But that starts to seep in the brain.
Yeah.
Like,
I've been thinking this entire conversation. Confidence is low. And so we're gonna move forward with this new system, but confidence for Oregon is low. And so here we go. We don't have,
last time we saw them, they got the shit kicked in and they lost their quarterback. So it's confidence should be low.
So
and then
prove me
couple
wrong.
Good games, we'll start climbing back up.
Again, we stepped outside of this last season, the prove me wrong thing, right? Because Oregon has not deserved our trust. They have not deserved us saying, yes, they are a title contender. They have a legit shot to win a national championship. No, prove me wrong. Like, show me. Like, because I'm tired of thinking that and being proven wrong, like, over and over again. Like, because we have seen some legitimately very good Oregon football teams, and we have been proven wrong. And
what do you think it would? I know we got a new topic at some point.
By the way, Ski, you just put your light on. Booble said it looked like you were in a hostage video before that.
It's possible, yeah. At least if I get it just not right over my face.
Yeah,
see,
that works.
Like I block it.
Yeah,
block it.
Put a sheet up over it or something.
I ain't fucking doing that, man.
No, you got to get those like ones you can program into your phone, like, and you can dim them and on all. I have some of those, like, for real. They're awesome. Sorry, King.
Good for you.
Short of like them winning a national title, right? Because obviously that is a whole different thing. What the hell would Oregon have to do to make us and the fan base be as delusional that they're gonna win? That they're there and they're gonna win. Yeah. What do we have to do to be as delusional as like the New York Knicks fan base?
Yeah. No, it's an intelligence. It's an intelligence thing. It's an intelligence and a self-awareness thing. Like,
we'd be so much more fun if we're like,
oh, definitely.
Yeah, we got you, Tennessee. Like, we're coming for you, Josh Heupel.
Yo, USC, you don't have a chance. You're the condoms. Bing bong.
Like, just. I wish we were that arrogant. We're just not. I just wish we had it.
It sounds like you need to change the culture here. Someone's got to start it from somewhere.
Okay, I'll start it.
I'll start it.
Yep. Week 1 next year.
All right.
Who do they play? Portland State. I don't fucking know.
Who cares?
I will be the homer. I will change it. I will
I love this. Guy. Yeah, I love this. Do TikToks, the whole 9. Yeah.
Oh shit. I'm getting.
Is it Matt Carney?
No. I forgot to tell you, we're starting a new bit.
Okay.
It's called the Tackle Box. It's where we tackle the hot, news and all the stuff of the day.
No, I don't want any part of this. I'm leaving. Yeah.
Got you. I'm giving you each 2 questions. Less than a 20-second, reply, right? I'll start with Ski. I'm rummaging. It's totally random. There's a little topwater
frog guy. All right.
Oh, Ski.
Did you get that from the dentist? The frog.
No.
Ski. First question. Lemonade or limeade?
Limeade. I fucks with limes. Ooh. I want that extra bit of punch from a lime.
My guy, I'm with you. I'm a big lime dude too. Oh.
Okay.
I stepped on your question. I apologize.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's fine.
I apologize.
I'm just rummaging to the tackle box. It's totally random. Okay, here we go. First question for Alex. Do you support a free Palestine?
Hell no. Fuck them clowns. Ski? You gonna jump in on this one?
Yeah, it's all on you. It's all on you. Yep, you answered it. All right. Rummaging the tackle box. Oh, here's some weights. Okay. Ski. Here's the question. Boots or the fur?
What about boots with the fur?
Boots with the
that
fur.
Not the question. Not the question.
Then boots.
Boots. All right.
Yep.
We got boots. All right.
Yo.
Hey. Oh, here's the last one in the
All right.
tackle box for Alex.
All right.
A Bi-Mart receipt?
Better head for Jerry's?
According to NPR,
Sure.
colon cancer is rising in young people. Why does that make you happy?
Because something is rising in the colon. I mean, who's not enjoying that? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And thus concludes
Do I win?
the first edition of. I mean, it's not for me to decide. I just ask the questions. I'm a journalist. I don't.
Okay. All right.
I'm not a columnist.
We're not.
I just ask the questions.
We're not keeping
I
score.
just shape.
This is like not. This is a competition.
It's not around the horn. This is
Ugh.
tackle box. We just tackle the tough issues.
Well, I think I won. Like, chat, I think you should vote on it right now.
Yes.
Like, who won that
Vote right now.
contest? Yeah. So, all right. Well, I think I won. Whatever. Anything else before we get to our list?
Zionist over here.
Yeah, Zion I, favorite rap group. What do you mean?
Zion Williamson, your favorite basketball player.
Big Pelicans fan.
Pelicans.
Yeah. Big Pelicans.
Booble says we all lost. Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably accurate. All right. Anything else before the list? We have not talked really NBA playoffs at all. The tush push stuff, like nothing. We talked about a whole lot of nothing for about an hour. So do we want to?
Here's my thing about the tush push.
Sounds about right, actually.
So my team has played the Eagles like 5 times in 3 years, right? 2 in Super Bowls, 3 times the regular season. I honestly don't remember a consequential tush push play. I don't. They've run it. Just don't remember it irritating me. Don't really care. But again, even in our Discord, no one has mentioned how it's a football play because it's decidedly not a football play.
Yeah. And
here's my thing, because if they said the tush push could exist, and this is arbitrary to a point, I understand, right? They can push them from behind until they get to the line of scrimmage. Of course, Saquon pushing him from behind, he's not going to know where it exactly is, right? We're giving him some margin of error. But as soon as they think he hits the line of scrimmage, they can no longer push him. I'd be totally fine with it, right? It's not about Joe Tooney pulled many Isaiah Pacheco's across the line. Push. I hate that too. That's not football. And when people, well, of course it's football. The defenders on a field goal, let's just say a field goal, right? Because my point in the Discord was they can just get rid of whatever they want. I'm not even playing player safety. That play sucks to watch, and it's not football. And they got rid of it because it was boring, like the PAT. Am I wrong? Why are we kicking at the 15 or whatever? 13 said the 2 now. Because it was boring, and they made it every time. And now they don't. Aesthetically, it stunk. The tush push aesthetically stinks. It's not low man wins. It's not. If they could just push them to the line, fine. But they stop people. Give the defenders a chance. On a field goal or a PAT, the defenders cannot just stack up right on the center with 3 guys pushing the center right in. They cannot do it. It's illegal. Why is it okay for the offense? Why is it okay for the offense? It's because it's just not legal. Like, you literally, that's why there's always like a safety standing back there, just waving his arms. Field goals and PATs would go way down if you could just stack up along the center and push people into the pile.
Blow them up.
Because all it takes is a center to fall back like this, all 6 foot, 7 foot range of them to fuck up the field goal kickers. Like, cone. You don't even need to block it. You don't even need to block it. That's my thing. It's like, whoa, you cannot do it on defense. You cannot tell me it's a disadvantage. Like, it is an advantage for the offense that is absurd. It just is. Well, and it doesn't affect my team.
Yeah. Well, my question is, like, so it is legal. Like, it is legal. I don't even necessarily have a problem with, like, the play aesthetically. Like whatever. I'm just saying, like, it is legal. It's been legal for a while. Why is Philly the only team doing it? But
they're not. That's the thing. The Bills statistically get it more often than the Eagles.
Then everybody should fucking run it. Like, it's an automatic first down, automatic touchdown when you're at the goal line. Just fucking run it. Like,
no, because the defense can't counter.
Okay.
Like, that's my thing. It's stupid. Because on a PA again. They cannot do what you do on the tush push. And I know in our Discord, the offensive linemen are gnashing at their teeth. The low man wins. Okay, then just let them get the initial push. Don't let 3 guys be able to push anyone over. That's dumb. It's stupid.
It's a rugby scrum. Like, it's not American football. It is.
And again,
like, I see what you're saying.
I'm not going to lose any sleep over it not being like, I'm not pissed off. Just no one has told me it's a football play. The closest anyone has got is like Bill Barnwell being like, well, it's innovative. It's like what the 49ers and the Dolphins do with Tyreek Hill and Deebo Samuel, where they send them across the line of scrimmage and then they motion back and they're running really fast. Okay, well, defenders can motion too, so that's not a perfect analogy. Yeah. But that's the closest we got. Like, I think it's dumb.
It goes backwards like 70 years too. It's like before there was the forward pass, they would just run this play over and over again. And so, yeah. I don't know. I'm just like, no, Ski, you know what? You tell your idea for how to counter this that you said like in the Discord. Like, cuz
my idea was if you want to give the defenders a chance, let them just blow up the knees of the offensive linemen to chop them down. Because that's where it comes. It's the momentum of the linemen pushing forward and getting shoved in the back. If you chop those motherfuckers down instantly, they have nothing to push against. It's just a defender can come up and
then it's your linebackers against a quarterback and a running back
getting pushed into the linebacker,
like just a straight shot at the quarterback by a linebacker. Like, dude, I'm with you. Like, take their fucking legs out. Like, by the way, ACLs popping left and right. The first team to fucking do that against Philly, where you just take out all the linemen's knees, ACLs popping. The rule changes like the next week. Like, the rule, it goes away. It goes, because that's the only way a fucking defensive team can stop it, is to do something like that. That's like an integrity, safety of the game issue all of a sudden. And so fucking do it. Like, if they're gonna allow this shit, like, fucking do it. Take the legs out.
I surprised that if defenses are so upset about the Philly, especially, it's mostly Philly. Let's just say it, the Philly tush push.
Yeah,
I am surprised there has not been a guy that when Hurts is getting put, he's standing up and getting pushed in the back, someone hasn't come from the side and just earhold him, right, or just hit him. Not try to hurt him, but try to hurt him. Huh. If it pisses you off that much, usually the game polices itself. If you think that's a Bush League thing, you take it into your own hands.
I agree.
And someone just cleans him out.
But
no one's doing it. If it's that much of an issue with the players, then they would handle it. But no one is handling. So it must be a bigger issue for the fans and the owners, I guess, than it is for the players.
Fine.
Yeah, then
the leagues legislate boring bullshit out all the time. Like, James Harden doesn't get to hook people like he did 3 years ago. They legislated that out of the league. Chip Kelly's offense legislated out of college football because people thought it was unfair. Like Dan Lanning, his timeout against Ohio State, illegal now. You can't. It's a penalty against you that hurts now, whereas before it wasn't. Like, leagues legislate, and I mean, again, whatever. I've never lost a game. My team has never lost a game because of the tush push. That's not what it is. But it's just, it's not a football play.
Do you know how many touchdowns I've lost in my fantasy league to Jalen fucking Hurts running these tush push instead of handing the ball off to Saquon Barkley?
Again,
or Miles Sanders,
stinks.
Anyone, yes, it hated.
Terrible, terrible.
Ski, I really like your point on this. I think one way or another, the sport usually figures it out. Whether it's like the league delegating, the league saying it's illegal and not safe, or the fucking players on the field figuring out a way, or the coaches figuring out a way to stop it. I think they are not ready yet to cross that line that it's probably going to take to police it on the field, because that is them making a decision to put their opponents probably in harm's way and to probably injure some of them. But if that's the only way to stop this play and the league isn't going to do anything about it, somebody has Greg Williams as their defensive coordinator. You know what I mean? Like, somebody's going to have to do something.
Like, my thing is, like, even onside kicks, right? Onside kicks are, what is it? 5% chance, 9% chance, whatever it is, right? But you could get them because you could surprise teams. Oregon, I know it wasn't an onside. It's not the NFL. It's college. They basically onsided against Ohio State at Autzen, right? They kicked it into his gut and they got it. The fact that in the NFL you can't do it until the fourth quarter now, and you have to say, hey, other team, we're onsiding. Awful. Terrible. Awful. Bring back surprise. There's no chance you're getting it now. Or even just the kickoff rule. Again, they said it's under the guise of player safety. They changed the kickoff rule, right? No, it's not. It's because kickers were so damn good and automatic. This was the NFL. Touchdown, commercial. Extra point, commercial. Kickoff. The ball is kicked. It's been kicked. It's this far off the kicker's leg. The returner's going like this and running out of the end zone because it's 10 rows deep. It stunk. Bad product. And like Charles in the Discord was saying about the player safety, my thing isn't player safety. It's an entertainment thing. You're an entertainment product. Entertain me. That's not entertaining. It stinks. But also, before we get off that, can I just say about the kickoff? Because everyone hates the kickoff.
Sure.
If they just didn't show the kickoff to the end zone, the wide shot, if they just shot a camera that was just like under the ball, I don't think people would hate it as much. The results would be the same. Yeah. The results would be the same.
The problem is everybody's standing still.
But you're watching it go like this, and then they can catch it, and you're like, oh, I don't see where everyone else is. But you watch it from there, and it's like they catch it, and then everyone can move, and it's terrible to watch too. It's terrible.
They should go. You know how they have come out with the ump cam now? Mm-hmm. On balls, returner cam, first person view of kick returns, because like you said, you don't know if he's fielding that 9 yards deep in the end zone and it's a touchback. He could be fielding right there and ready to go.
Right,
done, solved. Problem
catches
solved.
it. Great.
Or what's that, like the sideline one where the camera is on the sideline and it just follows him during the entire process. So he's back there, it's on him, catches the ball and just follows him every step of the way upfield. Like, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. The results are largely the same.
Yeah.
But just that like 3 seconds is much more entertaining than the slop we have to see now.
Yeah. All right, list. Our list this week comes from Booble in the Discord. It is our top 3 things that made us fall in love with our favorite sports teams. It's sort of a remix of a list we had recently. So pick your favorite teams and your top 3 moments or plays or players or whatever it is that made you fall in love with that team. Who wants to start?
With that program or just the team?
Program, team, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's up for interpretation.
All right. I'll go. My number 3, Oregon basketball, specifically when it was the Lukes and Freddie that year, jumped it off because they were nothing before that.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Pretty much. I think maybe before then, even for me, it was like Jamal Lawrence and Orlando Williams and Terrell Brandon. Like, I know, but
Terrell Brandon they did not move the needle for me enough to care.
I know, but like Mac Court back then was just fucking. It was average. It was very average.
It was shitty back then too.
It was. All right, my number 3 is I had trouble using this team, but I was a fan of them for like 40 years of my life. So I got to go something Oakland A's, right? And so the Bash Bros, fucking like Mark McGuire and Jose Canseco both, because McGuire was a redhead. I'm a redhead, and there were no good professional athlete redheads, and he fucking was. And
congrats, my brother.
He was great.
Bill Walton, my friend.
All right, fair. I mean, before I was born.
How old are we?
Before I was born, like yeah. He's not the reason I fell in love with the Blazers.
We don't exactly remember the '86 Celtics when he won Sixth Man of the Year.
But also Canseco, like the 40-40, and like I used to wear number 33 on all my kid sports jerseys. I would always get 33 on them for Canseco, and so yeah, man.
Yeah, but keep these guys out of the Hall of Fame. These guys literally made a generation of baseball fans.
They did,
but keep those guys out,
including me. Yep, that A's team was fucking great. Terry Steinbach, Carney Lansford, Walt Weiss, Dave Henderson, Ricky.
Is Ricky not there?
Yeah, Ricky.
Well, the problem was your ace was like Bob Welsh,
Bob Welch,
Stewart.
Yep.
Dave Stewart, man.
Stewart was a dog.
Yeah, dude.
Stewart was a dog.
He was the scariest looking dude ever, but he had the highest pitched voice ever. It was hilarious.
Dude.
Yep.
It didn't make sense.
Didn't make sense. And then Eckersley, obviously, too, man. Like, come on. Such a fun team. All right.
My number 3, the Kansas City Royals. My dad traveled a lot for work, so going to Stad Royals games, quality time for me.
Going to Kauffman Stadium. Yeah.
Going to Kauffman Stadium was sad.
The AstroTurf.
It was a big deal. It was a big deal.
It was.
Those fountains, though, man. Those fountains.
Yeah.
Go swimming. Go for a good swim.
Got to see Rico Rossi and someone last name Gagne. It wasn't Eric. Yeah, it was.
Not Eric Gagne.
No, I've never heard of those people.
Jose Chico leaned.
Chico leaned.
Chico leaned.
I remember that name.
Yeah. Mike Sweetie was a dog, man.
No doubt.
Sal Fasano.
No doubt. Yeah.
Sal Fasano. Yeah. Fasano, picture more of as a Yankee and a Philly. Yeah.
M's legends.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. 3s from the chat. Let's see. Fender has a Jamal Lawrence memory for us. Jamal Lawrence.
Fender's still listening?
Yes, he is. He didn't leave. Yeah,
he was so yelling at me during that Tush Push thing.
He was not happy.
I was hoping he was asleep and would wake up to it tomorrow. That's what I was doing.
Jamal Lawrence hitting a fadeaway on the baseline to beat Herrick at Mac Court. Yeah, man. And then I remember seeing him a lot at the Chevron off of Good Pasture because he used to work there.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Those are good days when student athletes had to have jobs to get any kind of money.
Yep. All right, let's see. Threes from the chat. Duck Chef. The fact that Kobe was the most influential basketball player to ever play the game.
I love where this is going.
Oh, Fender's just having a great time. Aren't you glad you're here, Fender? Let's see. 3 from WCP. My family from SoCal came up to family functions always wearing Lakers champs gear. And I didn't even know the Zers existed back then. So, yeah. By the way, that our lists are going to be littered with brainwashing. And that's what that is. So many of us are fans of teams because our parents told us to be fans of those teams. Or like our families were just around those teams. And so, yep. Totally.
Looking at my number 1 and number 2.
Yes, sir. Let's see. Booble, Sacramento Kings, Jason Williams, lived in Sacramento at the time. That shit was insane. Yeah, white chocolate. I get it.
Shout out to Lodi. Big up to Sac.
Sac State about to run the Pac-12, baby.
Yeah.
Fenders is Chris Zorich destroying Miami in '88. Go Irish. Yeah. We're like 7 years old, something like that. 7 or 8.
There's no way Fender remembers 1988.
I don't know, dude. Elementary school, like I'm sort of with that. Like I have some sports memories from elementary. So yeah. All right, let's see. Ski, you're number 2.
My number 2, I don't even know how. Sorry, early 90s. The team was awful, so I don't even know why. But as you said, my dad from Boston. We watched Red Sox
from
games.
Boston.
Fucking Boston. He's a cop, isn't he? He's a fucking cop.
Watching those terrible Sox teams through, the early 90s, I had glommed on to fucking liking Mike Greenwell. And so I started, dude, patrol the monster like fucking nobody. Wasn't like Jim Rice or any of them. It was fucking Mike Greenwell. So
Mike Greenwell.
Dude, never would have guessed in 1,000 years.
No. So,
Mike, what are your thoughts on Aaron Seeley?
Oh, what a monster year he had. But it was tough not to be strongest of Sox fans through the mid to late 90s, early into the 2000s. Yeah. God, those teams are rough.
All right. My number 2, I guess I was going to go Blazers. I think I'll change it to Oregon football. I've talked about it before on the pod, but like the first game I ever went to sort of changed the deal for me. So like I used to I'd watch them like every once in a while because they weren't on TV that much. But like I have a memory watching the Independence Bowl and being like, oh, okay, that's Oregon. I guess that's cool. They're from here. Then I remember the Rose Bowl year. That was great. But like my first memory, or not my first memory, but my first game at Autzen against Illinois, Jaya Figueres forcing the fumble, recovering it, like that experience made me want to follow Oregon football forever. That was it. I was fucking hooked. So yeah, that was it. Kevin Hardy, Simeon Rice in Autzen Stadium. That shit was life-changing experience. Like that I think that was the first time I was ever like at a major sporting event, maybe? That can't be right. But yeah, it was incredible. All right, what you got?
My number 2 is summers spent listening to preseason Kansas City Chiefs football games with Kevin Harlan.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a touchdown. Like, it was insane.
Every word.
And like, I didn't know who Kevin Harlan was until like 2003 some like 10 years after he left the Chiefs orbit. I was like, that fucking voice, like hit.
I remember that, right?
It was like that, like a hit of cocaine.
Was he good then too? Was he?
No, I honestly, I more remember
his teeth kind of thing.
No, I think he was cutting his teeth. I more remember the radio promos on like KFOX or something, whatever the home of the Chiefs was, and his radio promos were just that voice. It's just the Kevin Harlan voice, and he just did it, and it just stuck in my head.
That's an
Again, my dad traveled a lot and didn't spend a lot of time with me, so those are my memories. Sitting by the radio. Dad, we're supposed to be spending time.
Hey, by the way, circle
Why
back.
aren't you here?
Circle back to that first discussion we had on this pod. There's your trauma right there, bud. There it is.
He's been dead for too
You ever
long.
wonder why you lash out at your wife sometimes? That's it.
He's been dead for so long. I remember when he died.
That's the reason.
I'm over it.
But how does that make you feel?
Like I should have been a lawyer.
All right, twos from the chat. Booble says Mike.
Watching my cousin Vinny
Yeah.
did
Was
that
triggering?
bring up anything? What did it want to like? Oh, I should do this. If fucking Vinny could do it, I could do it.
Can I give you a little like terrible admission? It's reading the details of the Diddy trial. I'm like, man, being a defense attorney, God, that would be selling your soul, but that shit would fucking rock.
Gotta be so rich. You kidding me?
Be so good.
God.
I fucking love terrible people.
And I could just act like I try hard, and then they go to jail anyways, and I still get rich. This is
I
awesome.
still get money. Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
All right, two from Booble in the chat. LaMichael at Oregon, first Duck football player he actually rooted for, started his long journey to becoming a fan. Respect. That was a fun ass fucking team. That's a good starting point. Following Oregon football, by the way.
Who was your guys' first Duck football player that you like? Was
Achilles
like yes,
Smith.
Keely was.
Maybe like
Yeah.
Graziani, I think. I remember like just liking Graziani because of his name, and he was left-handed. I don't know.
Yeah, so that was Chad Cota.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. God. Is that really my answer? Like, it can't be my answer. There must be somebody before him, but I don't know that there is. Huh.
They weren't very good before then, really.
Say, like,
Pat-
Vince Ferry,
Pat Johnson.
Terry,
Pat Johnson.
Terry
maybe?
Obi,
It's like,
Terry Obi,
Was Pat Johnson? Was Pat Johnson?
Sean
after?
Burwell,
Yeah. Pat Johnson
Ryan
was.
Perry Smith.
Pat Johnson was after Graziani, right?
I think
Yes.
they probably,
Yeah.
maybe they
Nope.
crossed paths for a year, maybe,
All
but
right. Yeah, I think it was him. Huh. Fender says Salila Malapai.
Oh.
The Malapais. Oh.
got into crystal meth. I think that was kind of a big arrest in Hawaii. Yeah.
Yeah, their family got into some stuff. Let's see. WCP's number 2, Detroit Red Wings, NHL 94 on Sega Genesis.
That's fucking great. Dino Ciccarelli.
That's literally what he said. Shout out Dino Ciccarelli. Yep.
Just Chelios.
Oh my god.
God, that's so
Stevie Y.
Sergei
Fedorov.
That's so good, by the way. Like, we don't even consider video games and how much they like influenced us, right?
Oh my god.
Like Bulls versus
I hate
Blazers. Like, what the fuck?
Man, my hatred for the Devils went so deep because of video games. I just want to stop trapping. Let's play some puck, boys. What are we doing?
Just forward checking you the whole time.
And Marty Brodeur back there just not doing shit because no one's shooting the puck at him.
Yep.
Martin Brodeur.
The Meadowlands. Oh.
Let's see. 2 from Duck Duck Chef. The Angels Rally Monkey. Culminating in the Halos coming back from 5-0 to tie the series versus the Giants, going on to win the World Series versus Bonds.
Big Tim Salmon guy over here.
That was a sick series. I got to be honest. That series was awesome.
No doubt.
I will say,
Bonds was awesome, and it was just awesome.
But you know who I really always hated? Fucking Troy Percival. Hated his face. I think that was the problem. Just hated his face.
No, I get that. Yeah.
And
I hated Troy Gloss.
And Troy Gloss, yeah.
Didn't like him. Looked like he didn't try, like Sean Alexander, just gliding along. Didn't like it.
I know he's not an angel, but like Jim Edmonds, I always just hated just because of his face. Like I get the face thing. Like,
well, he was an angel at one point.
He was an angel.
Okay, fair enough. But I mostly know him as a Cardinal.
Cardinals.
Yeah. But it's the Step Brothers thing, right? It's like, I don't know what it is. You're doing a great job, Catalina fucking wine mixer, but I just want to punch you in the face. Like, sorry, I can't help it. Yeah. All right, 2 from Fender. Herman O'Berry returning a kickoff for a touchdown against Cal in 89.5 empty Autzen Stadium.
God,
that's great. That's
great.
great.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I've told this story on here before, but in '94, when Oregon went to the Rose Bowl, they like lost to Hawaii, or they beat Portland State, lost to Hawaii. Host Mike McCoy and the Utah Utes out of the WAC.
Lost to Hawaii, by the way. God.
And I'm wearing, rest in peace, Corey Murphy. He broke his neck, even though he's still alive. But I think you just say rest in peace anytime someone breaks their neck. But I was wearing my Marcus Allen 32 Kansas City Chiefs jersey, and I got interviewed on like KVAL asking me about the Utes, and I was like, I don't fucking know.
What is a Ute?
Yeah, I mean, at that age, I wasn't watching the news. I just assumed it was summarily cut. But I was like, I don't know.
I love that. There's a kid on the news saying, like, I don't know about Utah. What do you mean?
It says Allen on the
Chiefs. Like, have you watched sports?
Well, I mean, looking back, it's like, how dare they not know that this is Marcus Allen playing for a team that hasn't won a playoff game in 74 years?
Yeah.
How dare they?
How dare they?
Sheesh. All right. Ones. Ski, you are number one.
My number one was easy for me. It was before 95, but 95 really cemented it. And it was the Cleveland Indians, but specifically Kenny Lofton. Because I wanted to beat Kenny Lofton. War number 7. Try to play center field, lead off. Yeah, wanted to be Kenny.
Who didn't, man? Like, basketball, too. Like, Kenny Lofton was the shit. Like, Kenny Lofton doesn't get enough credit for being the shit, in my opinion.
But it's weird because he was such a fucking slappy hitter. Didn't love that about him, but
amazing in the field. Like, yeah, dude.
Yeah. Rob home runs all the time.
All the time.
Could barely throw the ball to the infield. Yeah.
Yep. All right, my number one is the 49ers, and it goes back to the brainwashing thing. Like, my family's all from the Bay Area. I was born in San Jose. Like, I grew up surrounded. Like, my uncle's a huge 49ers fan. Like, there was 49ers in my house always. And so I naturally started watching the 49ers, have been a fan my entire life. But what really, like, solidified it for me was going to Candlestick. I got to go to 2 games when I was a kid because there was a friend of the family who worked for the Giants who was able to get, like, us tickets somehow. So I went to a Monday Night Football game against Barry Sanders and the Lions, and I went to a game against Minnesota, and then I went to the game where Joe Montana returned to San Francisco and beat the 49ers with the Chiefs. But I will never forget that first game. It was like the
Niners. Classic.
It was like the Monday Night Football game against Detroit. Like, Barry Sanders did an insane touchdown run. Like, Jerry Rice caught a touchdown. It was, like, amazing.
Did you see any stabbings?
Didn't. No. I don't know how prominent that was at the Stick. I think it might be more now. Like, might be a Santa Clara thing. I don't know. I don't know.
Were you told stories as you're going to sleep of, like, Tom Rathman? Was that like your bedtime stories?
And then Tom Rathman caught a pass out of the backfield. It was his 70th catch of the season because Bill Walsh loves to throw to running backs.
Ricky Waters.
Totally. No, Roger Craig, dude. Roger Craig caught over 100 passes as a running back, dude. It's insane. But also, to the video game point, to fucking Tecmo Bowl. Like, playing with the 49ers on Tecmo Bowl, like, that was it. Like, John Taylor, Jerry Rice, like, fucking fantastic. So fun. Joe Montana. I'm a Steve Young guy. Like Steve Young's my era, but yeah. And a lot of good it's done me since then. They got one fucking Super Bowl win. I think I was in like middle school for that. So, and I'm old now. King, what's your
for a couple?
King? What's your one?
Okay, so let me set this up. 1994 Oregon Duck football. Everyone remembers Kenny Wheaton in the pick, right? Right?
Yes,
right?
I've heard of it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So I went to that game with my mom.
Is he the guy that does like the barbecue or whatever? Or is that the other guy?
That's Dino Filion.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, maybe I haven't heard of it. All right.
So this guy, Kenny Wheaton, he was going to score and he won to beat Washington, right? Yeah. Went to that game with my mom. The next week, they played Arizona, who was ranked like number 10. Yeah. Desert Swarm.
Yeah.
And you want to know what? They won an ugly game.
Yeah, they did.
And I remember it, and it solidified it, because my dad was actually present. Maybe there is a theme here.
Themes, onions here.
We went to a game.
Oh, me and old Pop went to a game together.
Me and Pops, we went to a game. And this is funny because there's at least one person in the chat who's like, dude, we went to like 30 games that lifted nets because your dad knew the guy who ran facilities. Which is also true. But it's way funnier if I'm just like, oh, shit.
Wait a minute.
Damn, that first conversation really starting to add up now.
All of a sudden, you just spontaneously start crying. I don't know why I'm crying. I don't know why this is happening. Can't stop.
Dad was out of town for work during the Kenny Wheaton game, so he was forced to go to the Arizona game with me.
Yeah, Mom made him go to the game with me.
beat Dick Tomey and the Cats. Mm-hmm. It was like 10-9. Mm-hmm. 10-9.
Mm-hmm.
Good game.
Classic.
Yeah.
By the way, like that game totally does get overshadowed in Oregon football lore. That's a huge.
Arizona was like actually better.
That's a huge fucking win for the program. By the way,
yeah.
That's a seismic win. All right, cool. Number one's from the chat. WCP Chiefs Tecmo Super Bowl. Derek Thomas, Christian Okoye says, "I've known Kinger since we were like 5, so I had a homie who was down with the same team." LOL.
Nigerian Nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So you boys playing Tecmo Super Bowl together? Yep.
It all circles back to Barry Word.
It does. It's always been Barry Word.
Goddamn.
Always been Barry Word. JJ Burden.
Number one from Booble, Sammy Sosa, Kerry Wood, 98 Cubs.
God, I love that team.
Ugh. So fun.
Was that a cork bat Sosa year also?
Was that the same year?
No, I think that had
so.
to be after.
Yeah.
After?
Yeah.
Actually, had been slide.
I just saw that clip. That clip just popped up on my Instagram feed recently. Really random. Duck Duck Chef, number one, Jerry Allen calling the end of the 2009 Civil War, which, by the way, I think I have that on a CD. If you want it, I can probably get that to you.
Probably on YouTube now. Old-timer.
I mean the whole game, because
the whole game's probably on YouTube.
Okay, fair, maybe. No, I mean like the radio broadcast. I don't think so.
Oh, the radio broadcast.
Yeah, no, I have Jerry Allen. It's the whole thing. Because I remember, I worked at a certain place at that time and had access to all of that stuff via a secure website with Oregon IMG, allegedly. But he says, I was already a Duck fan, but that call over the radio cemented my love for the team. Him tearfully calling, and Oregon is going to play in the national championship game. I was snow camping with the family at Diamond Lake and found the channel on AM radio to listen to the game. Core memory. Yep. Yes. Yeah. Yes, I think we all sort of heard. I don't know if we all did, but I was working at the time listening to it happen. And I think
I've heard the call.
I think everybody who heard it was like, holy shit, I'm getting emotional right now. That's right. He's been doing this for a long time, and he's been waiting for this for a long time. Wait a minute. So have I. Holy shit. They're actually going to go do that, aren't they? So, yeah, it was awesome.
We are finding the age gap of us and people in the chat and stuff. Because 94 was our version of that.
Yeah.
Because we were like, I was 10.
Yeah.
And that's about.
I'm talking about Barry Word, and he's talking about LaMichael James.
Yeah. Let's see. Fender's number 1. Lions drafted Panay. Lifelong fan. I like that, actually. I like that. You know what? Fuck it.
It doesn't matter. We get stuck to fandom at any age.
Exactly that. Yeah, who cares how long you've been a fan of them? Like, whatever made you fall in love with the team, right? That's
not
the
a fan
list.
of Panay.
Ooh. What's wrong with him?
Come back being an ambassador for your school. Just saying.
I like this take.
Just saying.
The guy does not. The guy does not come back here.
Does not.
I like this take.
Come back once. To watch Noah run very slow in a 40-yard dash on pro day. That's it.
Interesting.
Come on, Panay.
Very interesting.
If I see you in Coral Gables, I swear I will write you a mean letter that gets forwarded to your practice facility that you'll never see.
Yeah.
But it'll be so sternly written.
Yeah. Like those autograph requests I used to write to the 49ers, and they would like they would send me a pre-printed out letter. and I don't know if it's a real signature or not, but it was definitely on a picture.
Definitely auto pen.
Yeah. Let's see. WCB.
Get auto pen.
All right, we got some
cancer.
We got some honorable mentions. Dead. A WCP
like a dog.
Like a dog. You got any more?
Joe.
Sleepy
in his bed.
Sleepy
like
Joe.
a dog.
Sleepy Joe.
Died.
Like a dog. Honorable mention from WCP, born a duck, but 94 run to the Rose Bowl really lit the fuse. Griffey Jr. made him an M's fan for a little while. Yeah, I think, were we all sort of Mariners fans for like 3 years maybe? No?
Never.
Yeah, okay.
No.
I thought they were
I did have
fun.
his shoes, though. I did have the Griffey shoes.
Yeah.
Like I said,
which is insane that a baseball player had shoes you could just wear.
Totally.
Like I said, I was watching Indians World Series in '95, so
fair.
Not a Mariners fan.
Booble's
I was watching Rico Rossi. I was watching Kevin Apier.
You were Ape. Yeah.
The ape.
All right, honorable mention from Booble, Luke, Freddy team. That shit ruled. Honorable mention from Duck Chef, Sabrina making me a women's basketball fan because my wife and I would go to games for date night starting her freshman year. Good shit. And that is it. Okay, let's end the podcast. We've been doing this for like a really, really long time. Fender's honorable mention, Terry Porter had knife scars. That was dope. So, okay. All right.
That is dope.
That is dope. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool.
Pretty gangster. Movie on Sunday is Beetlejuice. It is on Netflix. Watch it, listen to us, talk about it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, guys. It was a long one. That's what she said.
Die like a dog.
Like a dog. Goodbye.